Yo, what is good everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some great information, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Masahiro Sakurai recently gave an interview talking about a lot of different various aspects when it comes to Super Smash Bros. So let's go ahead and get into what he had to say. So the development actually started around February of 2016. Sakurai was aware of the Nintendo Switch fairly early on and had been shown its design from the planning stages. Sakurai didn't really consider changing the layout based on what mode the game was played in. The Nintendo Switch's LCD was a lot clearer than he had thought. There weren't any problems even when in tabletop mode. Now, changing the layout between the portable, tabletop, and docked modes meant the team's work would have had been twofold. It was pretty important in the grand scheme of things that it ended up not being necessary. Now, on people struggling with harder spirits in the game, it's important that your levels should sufficiently match your opponents. Your immediate goal should be to level up your spirits as you fight, not trying to do it in one giant leap. And I think that's a very important thing. Too many people are underpowered and go into these extra matches and get bopped. So make sure you remember that, guys. Level your spirits up. Now, using King K. Rool's stomach armor based moves will grant him super armor. Taking too much damage will cause it to crack and leave him dazed though. Now, Sakurai says that for online battles, it'd probably be best if you didn't think too hard about how many wins and losses you have. Even if you have access to both, he believes that it'd be better to just look at how much you've won. Now, Sakurai also will take a look at elite matches after some time has passed, when it's a little more intense, which he did say that in the Nintendo Direct, the last one that they did have for the game. He said that they're going to look at that and kind of make some balances based on what's going down in there. Now, on the next Smash Brothers game, here's what Sakurai had to say, and this was actually pretty funny. He said, "It'd be fine if there wasn't another one for about 10 years, don't you think?" And then everyone laughed in the interview room and everything. Now, Sakurai also received something close to an order for a new Smash Bros. Since the Switch was coming out. That was this game. So Nintendo went up to him ASAP and was like, "Hey, you know what? I know you just released this Bayonetta DLC and Cloud and all this stuff, but we need another Smash Brothers game." Whereas the break from Super Smash Bros. Brawl to Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS was actually a lot bigger. Sakurai got time to work on a different game, which was Kid Icarus Uprising. That was not the case this time because Sakurai didn't even know that he was going to be making Smash Brothers when the game was announced back in 2011 at E3. That's the first time that a new Smash Brothers game was even announced, or he even knew about, and he thought that maybe somebody else was making it. But no, Nintendo went to him and said, "Yeah, can you make it?" And that's when the late president Satoru Iwata basically said, announced it at E3, and Sakurai did not know anything about that. But Sakurai and also Iwata were really good friends from their days at HAL, so I think Sakurai kind of knew that he could pull one like that with his good friend Sakurai, whereas this time that was not the case. Obviously, Nintendo went up to Sakurai and said, "Hey, we need you to make another game." So I will say this though. After this, Sakurai needs a break, right? After he's done with the DLC, whenever that wraps up, I think it's like early 2020, he needs a long break. He needs about a good 3 to 4 year break to recharge, to make a different game, to maybe work on a new Kid Icarus game. Something needs to be done because he can't have this many years of straight just working as the sole life and blood of Super Smash Brothers. Yes, he has a big team. He has Soda, he has Nintendo, he has also Bandai Namco that's doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but at the same time, he needs to make sure that he takes care of himself, and then he also has his other creative juices flowing for other projects. So I'm hoping that after 2020, the beginning of it, he can really just take a year or two off, just relax, enjoy his money from the game, because he's going to be getting mad royalties or whatever the case is. They pay well with Super Smash Brothers. He's gonna be getting his money. He can relax, go on vacation, hang out with the family, do whatever he needs to do, so he's not completely stressed out with all these people online saying stuff and complaining and blah blah blah. And then maybe he can get back to working on like a new Kid Icarus game or something that he wants to work on, because I know he wants to work on other stuff as well. In Kid Icarus Uprising, look at how good that game is. It would be dope if he could make a sequel to that game, because he recently said that an original, like a remake or whatever, or a port of the game from the 3DS is not possible. So more like a port of the game from the 3DS is not possible, but a brand new game I think is totally possible. So I would love to see him kind of work on something else. And I also think that the life of this game and the Switch is just going to be so much longer because the Switch is successful. Unlike the Wii U and 3DS, Nintendo needed a big hitter and as many big hitters as possible, as fast as possible. So I think think that he's going to get a lot more time in between this one and the next big game, just because of how the Switch is doing, and of course the sales are off to explosive starts in the UK and Japan, so we should get some more numbers coming out from the US soon too. So what do you guys think about what Masahiro Sakurai had to say here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the next topic here, Reggie fils-aime spoke with Forbes in a recent interview, and he is still confident that Nintendo can reach their goal of 20 million Switch units for the fiscal year ending in March 2019. So here's what he had to say in a recent interview with Forbes. Quote, "We're feeling confident in our momentum, and it's not just a stellar launch of Pokemon, it's not just what appears to be a stellar launch for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That Black Friday through Cyber Monday timeframe was critically important to us. The remaining shopping days now through Christmas are critically important to us. More days right after Christmas as consumers receive gift cards to take unwanted gifts and monetize into things like Nintendo Switch are important to us. So this is going to be an ongoing effort to make sure that we drive our business forward through the balance of this holiday season, but also the first calendar quarter as well." And I think what he said at the very end is really important, the first calendar quarter as well, because everyone's just thinking about what they had beforehand and not thinking about the actual end of the year and the first part of next year. If you remember last year or this past year, 2018 March, Kirby came out at that same point right before the year ended, and it actually boosted sales in Japan and just boosted sales overall to their bottom line. Just flat out, Kirby sold really well on the Nintendo Switch. I think 1 point something million in that couple of weeks, and it did help boost things up. So we're gonna have to look and see what Nintendo has for those first 3 months. I think one of the biggest games that people aren't talking about that could really help out is New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. I know I recently spoke about it in terms of the file size and everything, but I think this game is going to be a lot bigger than people give it credit for. A lot of people did not play the game on the Wii U, and the 3DS game was quite a while ago. People love their 2D Mario, especially their multiplayer 2D Mario. This one has all of the content packed in and some new content as well. So this could be a nice driver for the Switch in 2019, along with Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. Obviously, that's not going to be as big as a Smash Brothers or as big as a New Super Mario Bros, but it's still going to be another game that people are going to look at and can pick up and help the bottom line when it comes to it. So I think overall, whether Nintendo hits their goal of 20 million or if it comes a bit short, either way, they're going to have a phenomenal year. They're selling quite a bit. We're hearing about some good sales numbers when it comes to Japan. Things are really picking up, and we still need to see how Smash Brothers affects things. So I think things are going to turn out well. Even if they don't hit the 20 million, I think they're still going to get to at least 16 to 17, maybe even higher. So I mean, you don't sell 20 million, but you sell 16 to 17 million. That's completely better than the Wii U did in its whole time frame, and definitely tracking above what 3DS did and things like that. So that's cool if they do that. But either way, I'm just happy that we're talking at this point to where Nintendo can say, yeah, we're looking for 20 million. That's like 7 million more than what the Wii U did in its lifetime or something like that. So the fact that Nintendo even has goals that lofty is just insane considering where they were. And even with the 3DS, I'm not sure if the sales were ever even that high to where they can say, yeah, we want 20 million. I know they did really well with the 3DS, but it's just cool to see Nintendo in this position, and we're getting a lot of great announcements because of the sales of the system. So the better the system does, the better it is for all of us gamers, because we will get more games and we will get more developers that want to develop on it. So we'll have to wait and see, but either way, 16 million, 17 million, 18 million, 20 million, they're going to sell a lot of Switches, they're selling a lot of games, and they're going to continue to make games and drive the business forward regardless of what happens. So what do you guys think about what Reggie had to say here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, the Caligula Effect, and I think I said that right. So the Caligula Effect Overdose for the Nintendo Switch. We have the full launch dates in all of the different regions here, guys. So the Switch version of the Caligula Effect Overdose will launch on March 14th, 2019 in Japan. The latest issue of Weekly Famitsu has revealed. Now there will be pre-orders. Now the pre-orders of the game will include the Go Home Club costumes and costumes that will allow you to more easily progress through the game. There are no plans to release these as downloadable content at a later date, so you want to make sure that you get the Go Home Club edition or something like that. Now the 12 swimsuit costumes released for the PlayStation 4 version will launch which launched in Japan in May, are all included in the base game. The Caligula Effect Overdose recently dated for release across PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC in North America on March 12, 2019, and Europe on March 15, 2019. In Southeast Asia, an English version is already available for the PlayStation 4, so you have all of that there. The Caligula Effect is actually looking really good. I've been checking out some of the gameplay footage for the game and kind of what people have said about it who've imported it. The Southeast Asian version, which is already available in English on PS4, looks really solid. The graphics look great, the anime aesthetics look cool. It looks like there's a nice story that's built into it as well, and the combat is kind of unique for what they're trying to do there. So this is definitely a game that I'm going to try out once it comes out to the Switch here in North America. Once again, we do have that release date for March 12th, 2019. So another game in that first 3 months of the Switch, on top of like No More Heroes and also New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe and other stuff that's coming as well. Dragon Marked for Death, that's going to be another game that comes out in early 2019. So it looks like we have a pretty nice list of games lining up for the first 3 months of 2019 already on the Switch. So what do you guys think about the Caligula Effect Overdose? The launch dates, are you guys planning on picking up this game or waiting to see more? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting PlayerEssence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube membership. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.